It's another Ask Augustin. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about fingerings and making your own fingerings. Finding fingerings that are customized to you, your preferences, and the shape of your hand. Yeah, everyone's hand is a little bit different. There are some violinists who have really long pinkies, some violinists have short pinkies, some violinists have tiny hands, and there are some great violinists with enormous hands, and everybody finds a way to play the instrument and adapts their posture accordingly, but also often finds fingerings that work for them. So in my case, I can tell you that my pinky is actually on the short side in relation to the other fingers. And as a result, a lot of fingerings that I see printed in music don't work very well for me. You might have noticed that, for example, if you own a lot of international editions of some violin concertos, those are often fingerings by Francescatti, or some of the old Flesch fingerings. These are violinists who clearly must have had very long fingers because they love using them on important notes and love playing final notes with the pinky. And for me, that's really, really hard, and it's kind of unnecessarily hard, I find, because since my pinky is short, it forces me to go around so much that to it. So especially if I want to vibrate it, that I learned quite early on, why am I trying to do this if I can just end with the third finger? I basically don't use my pinky much above this point. I try to use more the other three. This is one way in which I customize my fingerings. There are also many times when you can kind of find a creative, clever little solution to a problem that, in order to eliminate shifting noises, in order to just make things a little bit cleaner, a little bit easier to play in tune with a creative fingering. Now, everyone's hand shape is different though. So if you're a person with a long fourth finger, there are lots of fingerings that are possible for these people, that you can just go like whoop, up with the fourth finger, and they can stretch things super easily. So that can be that can be a way to customize fingerings if you're one of those people. I can show you a fingering that I just found as I was working on this. This is the fourth movement of the second sonata by Bach. There's this place most people would shift here, something like this, but the problem is you will always hear a little bit of this shifting noise. I found it kind of frustrating. It's this big jump, and I either have to lift the bow. So I found a way to do it that I'm in second position. Of course, it's my favorite position, as those people who follow this series know. And I stretch down and go back, and then I stretch up, and then I shift to first. So it's a way to eliminate completely all the shifts. Everything is with stretches, except the last shift, but it's not actually very big. This is as far as the first finger has to go. It seems awkward because it's like between positions and it's a lot of stretching, but it actually, when it works, will be cleaner than the other, like, simpler looking fingerings. So this is an example of a fingering that I was just working on and figuring out, and I'm actually constantly doing that with music that I'm playing. That when I've practiced something and it's still not clean, it's still not working well, it's still something I don't like, some kind of shift, or that I start experimenting, playing it in a different position, stretching things, and I would encourage anyone to do this. It can actually be really fun to try out different fingerings, and sometimes you can discover a fingering that can actually make a really difficult passage quite easy suddenly, and it can be shocking just how much it can change how some of these passages feel. I hope that's helpful, and I'll see you next time.